Protect your guys.
I think the biggest change is last year's there was 2,800 kickoffs. And 2,000 of them were touchbacks. So there's 900 return, about 850. I think that number is going to go to 2,200 kickoffs and maybe 600 touchbacks, which is high, in my opinion. I don't think anybody's going to give up the 35-yard line. Last year, the average drive start was the 30, and it ranged from the 31 down to about the 28.5. So it's going to be hard as coaches to say, hey, let's just give them the ball at the 35, when a year ago the drive start average was the 30. So I think that's the biggest thing that's going to change with that new touchback rule.
How much more creative does that make it be for you to come up with different kicks, different ways to get the ball down there to throw off the receivers?
Very creative. The thing is the more hang time you put on that ball, the better chance that returner has to get under it. We can't go naturally until the ball hits inside the 20, between 20 and the goal line. So if you can get what's called a head start ball. So if you're the 20, okay, and I'm the goal line, if we can get a ball on the ground at the 11 that I can't get to, we're going to get a head start on it. And so if I actually get it off the ground at the 5, till I get back to the 11, the hang time for us hasn't stopped yet. Because we're going, when that ball hit at the 11, till he gets back to the 11, we're not giving up any free yardage. So a lot of guys are doing that. That's why you're seeing everybody in the league work those line drives. We're trying to hit line drives at people.
This will also create a lot of opportunities for the return game. Coach both sides of that ball. How do you see that evolving?
I think that the biggest thing is for me, I look at it this way. The returner in this league now, especially if they're your kick returner and punt returner, they're the only player in the league that's guaranteed 130 touches before the season starts. It's never been like that. Right. Never. In 2003, I think it was the last time, it was in the high 60s percentile in terms of returns. So if you're the kick returner, and let's say you only put one back there and there's 100 kickoffs, you get 100 touches. So that's 100 catches. You're the punt returner and there's 80 punts, you're going to get 40 more. So there's 140 balls there that only that player gets. You look at it the other way, and our value for our core players has skyrocketed. Because now they're going to get 170 more meaningful plays a year minimum. You're going to get 10 more a game. 5 kickoff returns, 5 kickoff covers. Do the math. 10 times 17, 170. So.
Are there guys raising their hand?
Oh, everybody is. Everybody wants to be the returner. Everybody wants to cover kicks. Because production is, and it should be, production is where you make your money in this league.
Obviously, it was Amir handling that last year. Any guys early in the offseason standing out as potential candidates to be the return guy?
I'm going to be up front with all these guys are. Every single guy that we put back there on punts, every single guy we put back there on kick returns, we're getting probably anywhere from 50 to 60, whatever the deal is for the day. If it's kicks, we're getting those during the field goal period. People can see us. We're shooting jugs during field goal period. Kickoff period, we get probably 25 to 30 reps. So punt periods are the same. So everybody's been doing a great job. And we're really trying to make it hard and catch the hardest balls rather than the easy, high hang balls.
What's the most important for you guys right now during this mandatory minicamp? Your evaluation, good habits forming, what are you going for?
The biggest thing is effort. We want to see effort. If you go fast, I can't teach fast. I can correct everything else. If you make a mistake with leverage, I'll correct it. But we want to see every single guy compete. You talk to Pete, and everything's about competition, and the person you're trying to compete with is yourself. You're striving for that excellence, and the bottom line is if you give effort, I'll fix what needs to be fixed. And I think, in tribute to all these guys in this league, I think all of you know this, what these guys can do, we can't teach. What they can't do, we can. And that's straight respect for the players on this team, and then the players we're going to play too. That's why we're trying to make it really hard on them.
There's a Montana connection with you and Tommy Millett. When it got to that point in the draft, how much are you kind of?
I got to be honest with you. I don't know Tommy before, so it was just more of a watching tape. So it's just being from the same state, and it's so small, and then everybody says, "Oh, there's not any good players in Montana." There's players. Right. I'll just be upfront with you. So it really had nothing to do with that. We were just looking for the player, and when we evaluated the player, we felt like he had good special teams qualities. His rookie year, his freshman year is really good. He's really good with the ball in his hand. So that's how we evaluate him. But I don't really know Tommy. We're not from the same hometown, and I'm much, much older.
What other rookies have stood out to you so far?
All the rookies. We got some really good players. So these guys are working hard. We got good length. You see a lot of length. You see a lot of speed. And that's the big thing is the kickoff now with the kick return. When we're only 5 yards apart, you can't have the little guys. You struggle because it's a 4th down play now. It's not a 2nd and 18 play that it used to be. They've cut 30 yards out of this thing. So it's grown strength, so we need that. But we're big, we're fast, and all those guys are playing very, very well. And they're detailed, so they're pros.
What's the biggest thing you have to, tell Tommy while he's going through this transition of trying to, figure out a new position and do this? What's the biggest thing you're trying to teach him right now?
Speed. Just play fast. Let me fix. Just go. Everything, all these guys, it's new for everybody. It's not just Tommy, just to be upfront with you. Most of these guys are the stars on their teams. They've never played special teams. So everything I say to them is brand new. The kickoff rule, completely different play than what they see in college. The punt play is Mars and Jupiter. They can release when the ball snapped, we can't. So you see everybody kicking back, can't go till it. So it's all brand new to them. Coach, I've never had to block. I just got the ball snapped, I got to go. Not now, just the two outside guys. So it's new for everybody, not just Tommy. Play fast and let me fix.
Sorry, conversely, Darian Porter was the guy that was literally a star on special teams at Iowa State. What made him so good in that phase?
Practice, and I'll be honest with experience, 999 reps of special teams. I'd never ever have seen that many in my career personally. So when you've played 6 years, in college and you have that many reps, it's practice, and he plays fast now. It's a big player that plays really, really fast. He's detailed, and he's got a lot of. We can't teach what he can do.
When you're looking at guys auditioning to be a return man, in the way the kickoff's going to go, how much is it about being able to field a bounce, field tricky angles, that sort of thing, as opposed to just the guy that can get upfield the best?
I would say 100%. And when I say 100%, it's not can you field it. It's we have to provide that many practice reps. There's no one that's ever done this. So we're trying to make it as hard as we can, and we're fielding balls now that we couldn't touch 5 weeks ago. We got guys that got here as rookies, and they couldn't get to a ball at the 7 that was 2-9 hang time, and now they're standing underneath it, having a cup of coffee, talking to their folks, and doing a great job with it. So it's practice. Practice is everything.
That's good.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Hello, everybody.
Daniel, how has the new rules changed your training?
As far as kickoffs goes, I think it's, obviously we're going to see a lot less touchbacks. So, we did experiment a lot. Last year was a learning period. So I think, now it's just continuing that and, playing a lot more ball, which is exciting for special teams guys, exciting for me. I think, it's going to be a great play. And so hopefully we'll see a lot of exciting returns on our side when we do get a chance to return, and then a lot of, good kicks and coverage on our side as well.
Are you kind of at the point where, okay, let's just keep it like this and try to master this rather than every year?
Yeah, it's interesting when they make a rule change because you kind of do adjust, something you've been working on for, a long time. Obviously, for the longest time, kicking far and high on kickoffs and hang time mattered so much, and now it's kind of the opposite where it's just, placement and, precision is a little more important. So, some of it's fun, but yeah, I'd love for them, not every offseason to do that necessarily.
Have you had to learn some new skills in your kicking game or dust off some old skills or anything like that?
Yeah, there's almost like, some like soccer skills that are popping up again where it's, a little more feel, just because it's a very different kick than a field goal. You don't want to necessarily just kick it straight to the returner or anything like that. So there's just a little bit of a reliance on the feel of kind of my old days of soccer, and you've seen guys do it last year where different teams did different things. So we'll see what happens this year where some teams may just kick and cover, and some teams might even hit touchbacks. Still, we'll have to find out.
A couple years back, I remember you had somebody like tilting the ball, holding onto it, and then loopholes in the rule book. Is there something that you guys are trying to find that way that you can use in your favor?
Yeah, we're always trying to compete and get any competitive advantage we could. But no, they've made the rules pretty clear about what you can and can't do so far. And if you guys see anything, let me know.
Daniel, obviously Ashton gets his number 2.
Yeah.
Was that a tense negotiation? And what have you thought of Ashton early in the offseason?
I heard before he even showed up. Just a high character guy, and so it was a really easy kind of. I wouldn't even call it a negotiation necessarily. Just a couple discussions, and it was super great. And everything I've seen on the field so far. I'm no expert, but he looks the part for sure.
Did you buy a new car with the money?
No new cars yet. So.
Speaking of which, how do you feel about getting the decision done?
That's obviously the business side, but right now, especially this part of mini camp coming up, I just want to focus on making kicks and leave the business side to that side. But obviously I love just going on year 8 as a Raider now, and so that's essentially been my whole career, and just honored to be a part of this historic organization, and excited where we're headed this year and the direction we're going as a program. I feel like so if that happens love that to happen, but I'm focused on the football side.
Talk about the kicks happened last year. You didn't really use them in the game as much, but you practiced them a lot. How much of that year kind of helped you to like not have the pressure of necessarily doing it that much?
Yeah,
but practicing a lot of those.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, last year was such a learning period where for a while we thought we were going to do a certain amount of kicks, and then it kind of shifted into, hey, this is working for other teams. We'll try and adjust to that. And so, I mean, last year obviously the returns got to around the 30-yard line. Touchback was around 30-yard line. So eventually teams started just, hey, late in the season, keep guys healthy, play a little more touchback ball. So, like I said, this year, obviously that's going to change in my opinion, but we'll have to see as it goes.
Are you worried that it affects your, like a golf stroke, a kicking stroke at all? Like your ankle kicks and then you're trying to kick
No,
a field?
it's definitely something, I mean, I think, like I said, I had to adjust because, you're used to just kind of having one ball where you kick it high, far, straight is the goal. It doesn't really matter, how quickly it gets there, kind of, you're trying to make it hard for the returner to catch. So, it's a fun, different part of the game where, like I said, I'm a little more reliant on like a soccer style kick almost. But obviously field goals is, that's, for me, it's still the priority because at the end of the day, that's what, can make or break games a lot of times. But at the same time, like I want to be one of the best in the league at that kickoff part. I want to be effective, because, it's not fun if we're just start kicking touchbacks or something like that. I don't think that, brings any value to my team. And so it's my job to dominate that as well.
Getting back to the whole jersey change, have you seen yourself wearing the new jersey? And I mean, how's it, when you look at yourself, like, what the heck is this?
Well, yeah, I mean, I wore 8 when I was back in Oakland, so I was glad the old jersey still fits. It's a little tighter around the belly, but no, the old jersey still fits, and it works well, so I'm excited for that.
Do you think there's pressure on Ashton to perform in that number?
Yeah, I give him a hard time. I call him number 2 a lot and stuff because obviously he's returning kickoffs and stuff, so I get some interactions on the field with him, but he looks good at it.
You guys all set?
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
Kolton, thoughts on the rookie linemen, Charles and Caleb? What do you think of them early on in the offseason?
I think this rookie class, all around, they come in with a sense of maturity. They're listening. They're looking ways to improve every day. Charles and Caleb, man, they're great examples. They're taking a step each day, and you can see the focus and the work after practice. They're doing it the right way.
Kolton, obviously, you're going into the final year of your deal. For you personally, what went into your decision to, commit to coming in and practicing throughout OTAs and being here at mandatory minicamp?
I've been here for a long time, man. This is, it's what I do, and looking to just improve each day, and the direction the organization is going with, Pete. Pete, he's preaching competition. We got to make everyone better, including the young guys. So I'm not gonna, I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing and lead the guys, and that's how I'm rolling.
This time last year, you were coming off off-season surgery. How much different do you feel this year, just kind of having that full year being healthy?
I feel great. Like last year, I think I had maybe 2 or 3 training camps heading into the season. So I like where I'm at right now. I got a lot more ramp up, so I'm liking it.
Do you like where the organization is right now with Pete and the Chip Kelly and the changes and the new quarterback?
I love it. The pieces we've added this offseason, the energy, the direction. Pete's, he's really master crafted, coming in and how to do things. And the guys, we're taking it, and we're rolling. It's been really fun. And we've gotten so much. This is probably one of the most productive OTAs I've been a part of. It's not easy. Like we're kind of flying around, but no, it's been really good, and I'm excited where we're headed.
Go ahead. Does it make you want to extend the stay that much more to be part of this moving forward?
Oh, I want to be a Raider. I want to be a Raider for life. No, I love it here. I don't want to go anywhere else. So, and I only know one way to do it, and that's showing up, getting better each day.
You mentioned flying around at the OTAs. What's the most important for you and your position group right now at this stage of the game?
Right now, with OTAs, is execution. We have a lot of plays in Chip. Chip is he's putting a lot in, and defense, they're getting like it's almost like game looks. So the biggest thing is execution. communication, and just improving your technique each day.
How does Brendan Carroll help you kind of grow as an athlete and being your coach, like work on that communication with the other guys?
Great. We have a big room, just like his father. Like he comes in with a great attitude each day to push us, to help us get better. And no, he's been fantastic so far.
Jackson was singing your praises last week, said he learned so much playing next to you last year. It's now been a year with him. What stood out about him, and how can he make another leap in his second year?
So when you look at rookies, especially after the first year, you want to see what they do in the offseason. Like that, what path are they taking? You know, are you going to get better? You know, or are you going to try to like take some time off? No. Jackson, what he did, he put in the work this offseason. You know, he's dropped some weight. He's looking really good. He's been working with Max, and that's the right way to do things. You know, I think he's a prime example of how to do it, and I'm looking forward to the jump he makes this year.
It always feels like DJ Glaze over on the right side kind of gets, overlooked a little bit. Your impressions of him as a rookie last year and then to this point now?
DJ, when he stepped in here, first day of training camp, I noticed the maturity he brought, going into one-on-ones and taking what he learned from OTAs to training camp. And he's done the same thing. The whole O-line has been here this offseason, which has been awesome. He's going to continue to improve, and I'm excited to see where he ends up.
You've been a part of a lot of changes with this organization. What is it about Pete Carroll that makes this one feel different than the others?
Again, it's energy, it's a competition. He also pours into the coaches. Like he's not only coaching us, he's coaching the coaches how to push us and get the most out of us. I think that's what sets him apart. And he's had years of experience in how to develop a culture, doing it the right way. That's what he excels in.
How much different is what's asked of you in this offense as a tackle, or all the tackles, than what is your previous offenses, what you were kind of expected to get?
What's expected? It goes across the board in any system. It's about executing, and we have a lot of what we've installed so far is just the amount of things that you can do as both as a line and as a tackle. Like I said, it kind of keeps the defense on your toes. So I won't give too much away, but I would dumb it down to being dynamic. Yeah.
How's it been so far with Geno Smith? Because we see you guys went to the hockey game, you guys go out and have dinner, but also on the field these last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. How has it been so far with him?
Yeah, coming in, he welcomed us with open arms, and that's great to see from a quarterback. That how many years he's played and how he sees sitting down with him, how he sees the defense. He's a real pro's pro. He comes in with the right attitude and each day, and as far as accountability, he's doing the right thing every day in the huddle. You can see the focus and what he brings each day. It's been great.
You're down to 4, so how real is the competition to be the last Oakland Raider? And
what's that?
What would it mean to you to be the last Oakland Raider standing of the group that's still here now?
The last Oakland Raider. Well, we have me, AJ, Daniel, Max. Yeah, it's flown by. I will say. I mean, it goes by quicker and quicker each year. No, I still have I have love for Oakland and again, I want to be here. I want to be here for my whole career if I can.
I know it's really early in his career, but obviously Ashton Jennings, you've blocked for a lot of really great running backs since you've been here. But what makes Ashton a little different in terms of trying to adjust to his game style?
He's such a strong and dynamic back. I mean, the way his cuts are so smooth. Even if he gets hit, he's still balanced, and that's super unique. And he can't show his full ability right now during OTAs, but off the field, he's very mature. He's a family guy. He brings great energy, and it shows him a lot of maturity for his age. And I'm so excited to block for him.
That's good.
You're good.
Thanks, Colton.
Sir.
Different now, being kind of the old man in the secondary. You've been around for a while now.
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself an old man, but it's good to have some experience. Like, been through a lot since I've been here. Third head coach, third DB coach in 3 years. So, I just try to drop down the knowledge to the guys, to the young guys, because power is knowledge. So, yeah, man, I'm just trying to do my due diligence, and he just try to help everybody out.
You mentioned that you've been through a lot since you've been here. Obviously, you had to prove yourself as a rookie, and then you had to prove yourself again in the second year to become a starter. And now, does it feel like you're having to basically start over in that whole process?
Yeah, not for sure. But I feel like there's no other way that you'll want it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody just give you anything. You know, like I'm here to work, and I just got to show the coaches, you know, like who I am, who I know I can be, and just go out there and just continue to compete.
It's early in the process, but how are you feeling so far as just picking up everything and being healthy as well?
Yeah, no, it feels amazing, man. Like I haven't had like both my shoulders since college, you know. So like, man, I go out there during games knowing that my shoulders gonna pop out. Like probably last season, my shoulder probably popped out like 5 times because I had like a torn labrum, you know. Like a lot of people don't know that, but I was just thugging it out, you know. They'll put it back in, go back in or whatever. But it feels good to have it back right. Now it's just kind of, you know, it's time to keep taking that next step.
Jakorian, speaking of that next step, you were, you know, amongst the league leaders of pass breakups before your injury. Did you feel like you were about to break out, and is this the breakout season, so to speak, then?
Yeah, nah, like, man, I was feeling good, like, going into last year. Just felt confident, felt like, you know, when you get that experience, it's like everything just kind of slows down. And, you know, I had a lot of group of guys that, you know, believed in me. And so, you know, this year I'm gonna try to do the same thing, you know, keep my head down, just keep working.
What do you think of Darian, you know, the rookie Darian Porter? What are you seeing from him and his upside?
Oh, yeah, no, he's going to be a good player. You know, he's a quiet guy, you know, but you see a lot of upside with him, you know, lanky, fast. And so, yeah, he's going to be good for us.
Ultimately, when is your decision? I'm assuming you had surgery to repair that torn labrum. Why did you shut it down, and what was the rehab process like?
Man, I like this thing been holding on, hanging on the little, the little muscles I had left. But no, I went there and honestly, like, Doc was like, "Hey, man, like we feel like it's best for you to, you know, kind of shut it down." And you know, because it was just kind of something I just kind of been battling, and it could have been a lot worse than what it ended with, you know. Because if I would have kept going out there, and just kind of kept, you know, pushing through it, whatever, things could have got a lot more uglier. So, but you know, it was time for me to get in, and honestly, looking back on that, probably should have got it, you know, a little minute ago. But I didn't want to take no off seasons off. I had to just keep, you know what I'm saying, keep working. So yeah.
Now that it's done, how much more confidence do you have in it now? It's going to hold up, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I have a lot of confidence. And, you know, I was confident even when it was messed up, like going out there covering people. So, you know, it is what it is. When I go out there, like when I'm on that field, I don't really think about nothing. You know, so I just try to go out there and just be a dog.
Is it hard to do that, though, to play through not thinking about it when you know, like, it could happen any time and just so frustrating?
Nah, like when you out there, you you're not 100%, but that's how you got to think, you know, because if you go out there thinking like, dang, I'm hurt, like you're not gonna play like how you should. But you know, were there times where, you know, if you do this, like it's gonna most likely pop out? Yeah, I did have those thoughts for sure, but you know, it is what it is. Why we play the game, you know, injury's part of the game, and so, you know, I do anything for them guys in there. So yeah.
Come down to pain management? Was it all not wanting to lose your spot? What was the reason where it was like, I'm hurt, but I'm going to go out there and leave it all for my team?
Nah, that's just the type of person I am, you know, like, man, we've, like, just from those times in July, August in training camp, just kind of building that bond, like, you see a lot of guys going through a lot of things, just playing through a lot of things, and, you know, I so haven't kind of been, you know, playing through a lot of it, and so it's just, I don't know, it's just a mentality, man, like, if it's the difference between being injured and hurt. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just hurting, it's cool. Like, but if I'm injured, you know, then you gotta, you know, make some decisions. But man, like my mindset is just go out there, be the best version of myself, just be a dog, and just help the team win.
Considering his, like, you know, track record of success with dealing with DBs, and he spends a lot of time with you guys as position group, Pete Carroll, what are some things you feel like you've learned from him so far in just terms of being a better corner, and how do you think he can affect that room just as a head coach?
Yeah, man, he's all about just getting the ball, and like that's why I low-key want to kind of implement in my game, because I know, you know, like you said, had a lot of breakups or whatever, but if I could turn those breakups to picks, I can really like help change the game. And so he's really all about, you know, just getting the ball back. It's all about the ball. That's what we preach each and every day. So him instilling that confidence in us, it means a lot, and it's go translate to the field.
What's that secondary room like, and what's that competition like amongst you guys?
Nah, it's a lot of competition. Like, yeah, it's a lot of competition, but that's what's gonna make everybody better. You know, like got Stokes, DCam, DP, Caillou, Sam, all them boys, and you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's good. Everybody's nice. So it makes you have to go out here when you go on the practice field to just give it all you got. and just leave it out on the field.
DCAM had to go into action last year. Got a lot of reps. How important was that for his just growth as an NFL player?
Nah, it's a lot. Like you know, what helped me was experience. You know, so him going out there in that fire, like, and he handled it well. You know, like, and I was always in his corner. If you need anything, you know, I'm there for him because I know how it is being a rookie out there, and you know, it's just you like a deer in the headlights sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But nah, he handled it well though.
A year ago at this time, we kept hearing your name, and you talked about guys that were having a great offseason, really putting the work in. I remember the coaching staff talking you up in that way. Did you kind of run back the same thing you've done these last few months, or did the recovery make you change things up, or was it?
Nah, nothing changed up, man. It's all about the work. You know what I'm saying? Just daily deposits each and every day. That's how I go into it, because, you know, like, I go into the mindset just like, if you put the work in, like, it's going to pay off. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, I'm just going there just trying to, like I always say, I'm just trying to be a dog and be the best version of myself I can be. So.
What kind of coach is Marcus Robertson to you, somebody that's had experience with this organization in the past?
Nah, M-Rob, because, you know, he played, and he was a, you know, great player too. So him just kind of having that experience on the field, like, kind of, you know, separates his expertise. And so, yeah, he just kind of give you little nuggets that, you know, that's outside of the X's and O's to say, you know, so yeah.
Since your rookie year, you've been one of the fastest guys on the team. The Raiders drafted a pair of 4.3 guys.
Yeah.
Right now, do you see yourself
1,000%.
still?
Yeah. I'm the fastest by far. Yeah.
What have you thought of Dante though? Dante Thornton. A lot of talk about his speed and size.
Yeah. Nah, he's nice. He's nice. Like 6'5", like 4'3" fast. So he got it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he's gonna continue to sharpen it up, and he's gonna help us a lot for sure.
All good, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.